Namaskaram. I am Sujatha Vijayaraghavan. I feel happy and privileged to be invited by the renowned duo Raja and Radha Reddy to speak about a living legend of an artist, the one and probably the only one in his field. Known as Vikku Vinayakram, this Ghatam maestro has had several honors that have come to him. The nation has honored him with the Padma Shri and then the Padma Bhushan and the Sangeeta Natak Academy Fellowship and ever so many. And how did this all happen? What is so great about him? To begin with, it is his instrument, the humble clay pot. He raised its status from backstage corner to center stage, to the national stage, and to the international stage. By the sheer power of his virtuosity and dedication and the magic he could weave with all the 10 fingers on the clay pot. He started to learn the mridangam from his father, Harihara Sharma, who had the foresight to change his talent towards the Ghatam well early in his life. Because there were several mridangam maestros at that time, and Harihara Sharma probably thought that Vinayakram would do much better and will be noticed in this new instrument, which was known as the Upapakavadyam, which means an ancillary to the main rhythm accompaniment, the mridangam. The concert might have a Ghatam or choose not to have it. It could still go on with the violin and the mridangam. So the Ghatam was always optional. Before his time, in the early period of the 20th century, there were masters of Laya in vocal who used to have what is known as a full bench, the full bench of rhythm orchestra, the mridangam, the Ghatam, the kanjira, the konakol, the morsing, the works. And they had a big chunk of the concert time. And this slowly vanished. This practice vanished, and the mridangam itself got only a very small fraction of the concert time duration, and the Ghatam got even less. And he started his career as a Ghatam artist, and he was noticed probably for the first time when he accompanied Bharata Ratna Srimati M.S. Subbulakshmi when she performed at the United Nations. He also accompanied her in her recitals at the Edinburgh Festival, at Carnegie Hall and elsewhere, and on her concert tours. And people peered over to find who is this young boy who's playing so captivatingly. The very tone of his playing was attractive, was sharp, had clarity. The syllables, it was as though the Ghatam was reciting the syllables, the rhythmic syllables. And he could do, as I say, magic with his instrument. And he came to the forefront and he started playing for all the stalwarts of the 50s and 60s and 70s. And he has played through generations. He's played for 3-4 generations of artists. And then he moved on to the national stage, where he interacted with tabla wizards like Alaraka, Zakir Hussain, and the musicians like Bhimsen Joshi, Chaurasia, and so on. The list is so long. And the West also had an eye on him. And his recognition came there in the form of a Grammy Award. Yes, Grammy Award for the humble clay pot. That was the Planet Drum album where he played with Mickey Hart, Zakir Hussain and L. Shankar. It won the Grammy Award. And what did he do with that award or the huge packet of money that he received with that? He dedicated it and contributed the whole amount to a charity. Yes, he's not just a musician. He's a yogi, a laya yogi, a rhythm yogi. He's a tapasvi. Yes, he has done meditation with his instrument. Then he had ensemble, rhythmic ensemble, where he gave full concerts with his brother, siblings and his children, and held an audience captive for 2-3 hours with just rhythm. And he built variations in that. And he could even make it almost a melodic instrument by playing simultaneously with 4 ghatams pitched to 4 notes. I mean, his capacity is endless. The mind goes on working what he could do with this magic. And what other contribution has he done to this field? Immense. The thousands of disciples who have gone through his training at the institute started by his father, Jai Ganesha Talavadya Vidyalaya, where he is now the principal, and where not just Ghatam, Mridangam, Ghatam, Konnakol is recitation of the syllables, Morsing, Dolak, Ghatam, and whatever is there in the South Indian rhythmic instruments, they've all been taught, and Kanjira, of course, are being taught in this institution. Practically every player on a rhythmic instrument today will look up to him as their source of inspiration, and he's a source of inspiration for generations to come. Among his disciples, there are several who have attained eminence and are playing in the national and the international circuit. His own son, Selva Ganesh, is a maestro on the Kanjira, and the other son, Uma Shankar, and his grandson, Swaminathan, they were all trained by him. And he has had his brother, Subhash Chandran, who used to play with him all these years. And very interestingly, the very first woman Ghatam artist, Sukanya Ram Gopal, was trained by Vinayakram. Of course, he has no compunctions about experimenting with all kinds of fields, wherever he could take this sport to. Even the film, in Tamil films, there are several films he has played for. He has played for music directors right from G. Ramanathan and K.V. Mahadevan up to Ilayaraja and Rahman today. There is hardly a music director for whom he has not played, and made the ringing tone very significant in whatever he played for. Is there something special about his tone? Yes. I'm told that there is a ringing bell-like quality about his Ghatam. Is the secret in the pot? In a way, probably it is. It is made from a village down south in South India, Manamadurai, which is famous for this Ghatam, the clay pot, where the clay is mixed with some metal filings to give it a ringing tone. And each Ghatam, after it's fired, it is tested and chosen. Many pots may not make the grade, so every pot that Vinayakram handles is special. He chooses it for its clarity, for its sterling tone. And he plays with all the 10 fingers, I'm told, which probably is not the case with before. So, and the use of his thumb is supposed to be very special, which gives the tonal quality, because each Ghatam is fired to a particular pitch. It could be G, it could be G sharp, So that pitch is emphasized with his thumb. And also the clarity given by his fast super speed figures. And what they call the gumki, the resonance of the hollow pot is created by covering its small mouth with the left hand and playing on the instrument, or pressing it against his stomach muscles to create that resonance. So it is a remarkable felicity that he has achieved. Not only achieved, he has imparted it to so many. And with his father, he has helped to codify the lessons in the mridangam for the beginner and for the advanced, which is being followed everywhere. Above all, he is the real live model which students here listen to and try to emulate. And that is the biggest lesson of all. There was something remarkable which he did even right in the beginning of his career. That is what his instinctive adaptability to the main mridangam player, the main rhythm player, because each player comes with the syllables, the syllabic patterns, and the creative energy of his school. And he could adapt, he could gel with all maestros, and he could enjoy his presence on the stage, each throwing challenge to each other and enjoying the fun, making the audience also participate in it. That was so unique for him, and it came instinctively. And that is what made him take his instrument, make it adaptable to different forms, different styles of music. Like what it started as a Carnatic music, Upapakavadyam, became an equal player in the North Indian Hindustani style. He could share equal honors with the tabla. And then, of course, to the Western arena with the drums, with other instruments. And he became very famous with the Shakti group he formed with McLaughlin and Zakir Hussain. Their albums are perennially popular. They were quite a riot, and they were a sensation, and they are a sensation even today when you listen to them. That is what he derives his Shakti from. Shakti, his energy, his power, from his instrument. It energizes him with a kind of creativity that goes on day in and day out, today, tomorrow. Like the way he built a rhythmic syllable with the name of Mahaperiva, the Kanchi Paramacharya. With the name of Mahaperiva, he created a rhythmic syllable and plays it on his instrument and recites it with reverence. Of course, he has named his grandson Swaminathan after Mahaperiva. And the greatness, without showing off the greatness, this humble great man, he takes this instrument everywhere and wins wherever it goes. That is Vikku, whom everybody calls endearingly as Vikku Vinayakram.